Welcome back, coin collectors. Today we're counting down the top 8 most valuable wheat pennies that have sold for huge amounts of money. Some of these pennies may be hiding in your collection right now, so stick around to see if you own one of these rare gems. First up, the 1945 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny specifically. We're going to look at a large date version of this penny without a mint mark and in damaged condition. Curious to know how much this coin is worth in today's auction market? Stick around to find out. The Lincoln wheat penny is one of the most iconic coins in American history, designed by Victor D. Brenner and first minted in 1909. It features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and wheat stalks on the reverse. The 1945 Lincoln wheat penny is particularly noteworthy as it was minted during the final year of World War II, a time when the United States was emerging victorious but facing economic shifts. Millions of these coins were produced, over 1 billion to be exact, by the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. But today we'll focus on the Philadelphia mint version, which can be identified by the absence of a mint mark. This specific penny has a large date and unfortunately is in damaged condition. But don't let that discourage you. Even a damaged penny can have surprising value. Before diving into the value, let's first clarify what we mean by damaged. A damaged coin typically has flaws beyond the normal wear and tear from circulation. This could include deep scratches, corrosion, discoloration, or even bent edges. In the case of the 1945 penny, collectors and dealers will be less concerned with minor blemishes if the coin holds some historical or collector's significance. Although over 1 billion Lincoln wheat pennies were minted in 1945, finding one without a mint mark in good or even damaged condition can still be a challenge. The key to its value lies in its collectability, the large date, and how it fits into a collector's set. 1945 pennies are considered common. But collectors are always on the hunt for pennies from this period, especially with distinguishing features like the large date. Even damaged coins have a place in a collection if they fill a missing spot in the set. On average, a heavily damaged 1945 penny without a mint mark might fetch anywhere from $66,000 for a coin in slightly better, but still damaged condition. You could see bids climb as high as $78,000. Of course, coins in pristine condition can command much higher prices, but even damaged coins are still actively traded. So why are collectors still seeking out these pennies, even in damaged condition? It's all about history, nostalgia, and the desire to complete sets. Wheat pennies like this 1945 version are a piece of American history, representing a time of great change for the country. Many collectors are driven by the idea of preserving that history. Next up, the 1944 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny. Specifically, we're going to talk about the large date variation with the S mint mark, produced at the San Francisco Mint. But what makes this coin so special, and how valuable could it be today, especially in dirty or well-worn conditions? Stick around as we explore the history, the key features, and, of course, the coin's current value in the auction market. First, let's take a quick look at the history behind the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny. This penny was minted during an important time in American history, right in the midst of World War II. As a result, there were a few unique twists to coin production during this period. In 1943, pennies were made from steel due to copper shortages, but by 1944, the U.S. Mint returned to using copper for penny production. However, 1944 pennies weren't made from just any copper. They were produced using recycled shell casings from the war effort, giving these coins a piece of history that collectors find fascinating. This background adds sentimental and historical value to the 1944 wheat pennies, making them highly desirable among numismatists and history buffs alike. So, what makes the 1944 wheat penny stand out? First, it's the design. Abraham Lincoln's portrait appears on the obverse, which was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday. On the reverse, you have the iconic wheat stalks, symbolizing prosperity. The large date on this particular penny is also an important identifier. While the design of the date itself is not rare, there are variations that can impact a coin's value. Next is the S mint mark, located just below the year. This indicates that the coin was minted in San Francisco. Out of the 3 mints producing Lincoln pennies at the time, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, the San Francisco minted coins tend to be less common, which can add a premium to their value in the auction market. Now, let's talk about condition. If your 1944 wheat penny is in pristine or uncirculated condition, its value can be quite significant, especially if it's graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. Coins that are well preserved with minimal wear and a sharp strike can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. The value of this coin largely depends on its exact condition and any unique characteristics. Generally, a circulated 1944 wheat penny in dirty or worn condition is likely to sell for anywhere between $58,000. This might not seem like much, but if you have a large collection of these coins, that value can quickly add up. And there you have it. The 1944 large-date Abraham Lincoln wheat penny with the S mint mark is a fascinating piece of American history. While its value in dirty or worn condition might not make you rich, it's still a valuable and collectible item. Be sure to check your coin collection. You never know what you might have hidden away. Next up, the world of the Abraham Lincoln wheat penny, specifically the 1941 large-date penny without a mint mark in fine condition. We'll be uncovering its history, unique characteristics, and most importantly, how much this coin is worth in today's auction market. Before we get into the value of this coin, let's take a moment to appreciate its history. The Lincoln wheat penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait, and it remained in production until 1958. The wheat ears on the reverse side symbolize the agricultural history of the United States during that era. In fine condition, these coins typically sell between $29,000 depending on the demand from collectors. While that may not seem like a high value, remember that the condition of the coin plays a crucial role. Coins in very fine or uncirculated condition can be worth significantly more, sometimes ranging from $37,000, or even higher. Prices can also vary depending on where you sell the coin. Auctions, online marketplaces like eBay, or specialized coin dealers can all offer different prices depending on the audience and demand. Several factors influence how much a 1941 Lincoln wheat penny is worth. First, as mentioned earlier, condition is key. A fine condition penny has some wear, but more pristine examples will fetch higher prices. Even small details like slight scratches or discoloration can affect its value. So, if you have a 1941 large-date Lincoln wheat penny in fine condition, should you sell it now or hold onto it? That's a tough question, and it depends on your goals as a collector. If you're looking to make a quick profit, selling it at today's auction prices is a solid choice. However, if you believe the value of Lincoln pennies will increase over time, holding onto it might pay off in the long run, especially if you come across a higher grade example. That wraps up today's look at the 1941 large-date Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark. Whether you're just starting your coin collection or are already a seasoned collector, this penny offers a unique glimpse into U.S. history and can even make you some money. Next up, the 1952 Lincoln wheat penny. This coin holds a special place in the hearts of collectors, especially the large-date variety without a mint mark. But what happens when this penny shows signs of damage and dirt? Let's find out. First, let's talk about the obverse, or front, of the coin. The 1952 Lincoln penny features a profile of the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. Struck in 95% copper, these pennies are a staple in American numismatics. The large-date version, which we're discussing today, is known for its prominent numerals compared to the small-date variety. Now, here's where things get interesting. This particular penny does not carry a mint mark, indicating it was produced in Philadelphia. However, what sets it apart in our discussion today is its reverse side, which exhibits some significant damage. You'll notice scratches and wear that detract from its overall appearance. While a pristine example of this coin can fetch a considerable amount, the damage impacts its value significantly. In the numismatic world, condition is everything. Collectors seek coins that are as close to uncirculated as possible. A damaged coin typically lowers its market value, but that doesn't mean it's worthless. In today's auction market, the value of a 1952 Lincoln wheat penny in damaged, dirty condition is generally lower than its unblemished counterparts. Depending on the severity of the damage and the amount of dirt, you can expect to see prices ranging from $66,000. While this may seem modest, it's still a piece of history. Recent auction listings show that even coins in less than ideal condition can find buyers. For instance, a 1952 Lincoln penny in damaged condition recently sold for around $3. This shows that collectors are often willing to add pieces to their collection regardless of their state, especially if it's a date and type they need. It's important to note that while some might think about cleaning a dirty penny to improve its appearance, this can actually reduce its value even further. Cleaning can scratch the surface and remove the natural patina, which collectors often seek. So, if you find yourself with a damaged coin, it's best to leave it as is. So, there you have it. The 1952 Lincoln wheat penny in large date without a mint mark may not seem like a treasure in its damaged and dirty state, but it still tells a story. For collectors, every coin has its value, and this one is no exception. If you're lucky enough to own one, cherish it for the piece of history it represents. Next up, the 1956 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny. This particular coin, featuring a large date and no mint mark, is not just any penny, it's a treasure for collectors, especially when we consider its value in today's auction market, even in less than perfect condition. So, let's dig in. First, let's talk about the specifications of the 1956 Lincoln wheat penny. Minted in the United States, this coin is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. The front, or obverse, features a profile of President Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse showcases the iconic wheat sheaves that give this series its name. One of the most interesting aspects of the 1956 penny is the distinction between the large date and the small date varieties. The large date is generally more sought after by collectors due to its relative rarity. The difference is subtle but important, with the large date having a more pronounced appearance compared to the small date version. This can significantly affect its market value. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 1.5 billion of these coins in 1956, making it one of the most common years for the Lincoln wheat penny series. However, even with such a high mintage, certain factors like condition, demand, and the presence of errors can make specific coins more valuable. Now, let's talk about value. As of today, the value of a 1956 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in dirty condition generally ranges from $76,000 in average circulated condition. However, if the coin is particularly well preserved, it can fetch up to $1 or more. The condition of the coin is crucial. Dirty coins might not be as appealing to collectors, but they still hold value due to their historical significance. From a collector's perspective, even a dirty 1956 penny can be a valuable addition to a collection. Many collectors appreciate the history and stories behind these coins, viewing them as relics from a bygone era. Plus, the thrill of hunting for specific coins, even those in less than ideal condition, adds to the excitement of numismatics. If you're looking to add a 1956 Lincoln penny to your collection, or if you have one already, here are some tips. First, always handle your coins with care. Use gloves to prevent oils from your fingers from damaging the surface. For dirty coins, avoid aggressive cleaning methods, as this can reduce their value. Instead, consider gentle methods like soaking in distilled water. Next up, the 1942 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark, featuring a large date and in fine condition. Stick around to learn about its value in today's auction market, its history, and why it's still so highly sought after by collectors. This little coin may not seem like much, but it has quite the story to tell. From its historical significance during World War II to its numismatic value today, the 1942 Lincoln wheat penny is a true gem in any collection. So let's dive right into the details. Before we talk about its value, let's take a quick look at the history of the 1942 wheat penny. In 1942, the United States was deeply involved in World War II. The economy was mobilized for war, and resources were prioritized for military use. Despite the challenges of the era, the U.S. Mint continued producing coins like this one, with Abraham Lincoln proudly displayed on the obverse front of the coin. Lincoln's portrait was first introduced on the penny in 1909 to mark the 100th anniversary of his birth, and it has been a staple ever since. The reverse side of the wheat penny features two wheat stalks symbolizing prosperity and was used from 1909 to 1958. This design has become iconic among coin collectors. The 1942 penny was struck without a mint mark, which means it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. During this time, most pennies from Philadelphia did not carry a mint mark, unlike those produced in Denver or San Francisco. Let's now look at some of the important features that make this coin unique. First, we have the large date on the obverse. The size of the date can make a difference in identifying certain coins. For the 1942 wheat penny, the large date variety is most common. This coin does not have a mint mark, which, as we mentioned, signifies that it was minted in Philadelphia. While the coin's design is similar to other wheat pennies, its condition and specific details like the date and minting location impact its value significantly. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. How much is this coin worth in today's market? The value of a 1942 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark can vary greatly depending on its condition. In fine condition, like the coin we are talking about today, it's not rare but still sought after by collectors due to its historical context. So, how much can you expect to get for one of these coins on average? In fine condition, the 1942 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark is valued between $29,000. While that might seem modest, coins in higher grades or with exceptional detail can fetch even more. And let's not forget about rare errors. If you're lucky enough to come across a 1942 wheat penny with an error, such as a double die or off-center strike, the value can skyrocket. Error coins from this year can sell for hundreds of dollars at auction. Several factors will affect the value of your 1942 wheat penny. The most important are its condition, rarity, and any errors or unique features it might have. Coins in higher grades, such as very fine, extra fine, or mint state, are much more valuable than coins in lower grades. To determine the grade of your penny, collectors use a standardized grading scale that ranges from poor to mint state. MS-70, a coin in fine condition, which is what we're focusing on, shows moderate wear but still retains key details like Lincoln's facial features and the wheat stalks. On the reverse, professional grading services such as OR can help authenticate and certify the condition of your coin. This can greatly increase its value, especially when selling at auction or to Serio. Next up, the 1996 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent coin, particularly the large date variety without a mint mark, and how it holds value in today's auction market. So grab your magnifying glass and let's explore. To understand the value of the 1996 Lincoln penny, we first need to look at its history. The Lincoln penny, also known as the 1-cent coin, was first issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This coin features a portrait of Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. In 1996, the U.S. Mint released a new design for the Lincoln penny, but what makes the 1996 coin particularly interesting is the transition from the smaller date design to the larger date design. The large date variety features a noticeably larger and bolder date compared to its predecessor. Now, let's talk about why the large date is significant. In coin collecting, variety plays a crucial role in determining value. The larger date was introduced as part of a change in minting processes, and collectors often seek out these variations. The 1996 large date penny has become a favorite among collectors because it is part of a limited release and represents a key year in Lincoln penny history. Even though many were produced, finding them in certain conditions, especially in damaged ones, adds an interesting twist to their value. For the 1996 Lincoln penny, while a pristine coin in uncirculated condition can fetch a higher price, damaged coins can still attract buyers, particularly for collectors who are looking to complete a set or for those who appreciate the history behind every scratch and ding. Damage can include anything from scratches and nicks to corrosion or environmental wear. In the current auction market, a 1996 large date penny without a mint mark in damaged condition typically ranges from $76,000, depending on the extent and nature of the damage. However, some collectors are willing to pay more for coins that they find appealing despite their condition. This means that occasionally you might come across an auction where a damaged 1996 penny could sell for a surprising amount if there is enough interest. So there you have it. The 1996 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent coin with the large date and no mint mark, even in damaged condition, still holds some interesting value in today's market. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, every coin has its story, and it's worth exploring. Next up, the 1943 Abraham Lincoln Steel 1-cent, specifically the large date variety without a mint mark. And yes, we'll be discussing its value even in bad condition. So grab your magnifying glasses and let's get started. First, let's set the stage. The 1943 Lincoln penny is notable for its unique composition. During World War II, Copper was a valuable resource needed for the war effort, so the US Mint produced pennies made of zinc-coated steel instead. This change resulted in the iconic silver-colored penny that we associate with this year. The 1943 large date variety features a distinct, larger 4 in the year, making it easy to spot. But why is this particular coin so significant? Well, it's not just the unique composition that makes it special. The 1943 Lincoln penny, especially those without a mint mark, is often sought after by collectors due to its limited production and the historical context of World War II. These coins are not only collectibles, they represent a pivotal moment in American history. Now, let's talk about the value. As of today, the 1943 Lincoln steel penny in bad condition, defined as having visible wear and possibly some corrosion, can fetch between $76,000 at auction. However, some listings for more significant collectors may push this value higher, especially for those seeking to complete their Lincoln penny collections. While this may not seem like a massive amount compared to pristine examples, it's important to remember that the market fluctuates. Factors such as demand, rarity, and the overall condition of the coin can all play a role in determining its auction price. Speaking of condition, grading is crucial when determining value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 1 representing a coin in terrible condition and 70 being a perfect specimen. The 1943 steel penny in bad condition often falls into the good to fine categories, meaning the details are still somewhat visible, but the coin shows significant wear. So, there you have it. The 1943 Abraham Lincoln steel penny, large date without a mint mark, is a fascinating piece of American history. Even in bad condition, it holds its value for collectors and enthusiasts alike. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more amazing content on coin collecting. Thanks for watching, and next time, happy collecting.